Hey guys, in this video I'm going to be showing you exactly how I backtest my strategy. The trading strategy that I'm using is with Guerrilla Trading, you can find that in the description, and I'll be doing my backtesting on TradingView, which you can also find in the description. So the reason that one might want to backtest a strategy is because you can get months of trading experience in a few hours, and it's a way of building up your confidence so that in live trading you never have any fear of taking the wrong trade because you have backtested your strategy. You've got nothing to be afraid of. You know exactly how many losing streaks you can have. You'll have years of data to back everything you're doing. So that's the reason that you might want to backtest. And yes, I'm going to go through Aussie dollar July 2019 and I'm going to do a whole month, so this might be a bit of a longer video. Let me know if this video is useful to you. If so, let me know in the comments, like the video, subscribe, all of that good stuff. Yeah, we'll get into it now. So we'll get on to TradingView. First of all, a little tip for you. If you press Alt and G, you can bring up this this thing so that you can choose exactly which date you want to go to. So I've already typed mine in. I want to go to July 2019. Sometimes, yeah, so it gets stuck at 2020, and what you want to do is you get the bar replay tool again, and then you can go like this, and it will get all of the data up. Sometimes it just doesn't load it for some reason, which is really weird. So we'll start from July 2019, which is right there. First of all, I want to mention how I trade. So I utilize these bars, or these lines, which are the high and low. So this shows me when we're in a trend, when we're breaking highs and not breaking lows, and it also shows me when we have a trend change. So if we broke the low here, I know that we've broken this uptrend, and I can see that we're on an uptrend because we're not breaking the lows. And then I also have a third line here, which is the most recent low or high, which is what I take some of my entries off of. So the way that I find this, if I go forward a few candles, so you can see we've broken the high, so I'd adjust my high, and then if I move this out of the way, I'd go back along the top, so lower, 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 and this is higher. So I'd put my low on the opposite side, and then with the most recent, I'd go back, see this is higher than, this is lower than this low, so I'd go there. It'll probably make more sense as I'm going through the whole month, but for now, that's all you need to know. So we'll just make our way to July here. So we have a clear ascending channel, so if we have a big move to the downside, I'd be interested in taking it, but you can see we've had a bit of a gap, so that already puts me off. Okay, yeah, there's our big move. If we get another candle, then I'd be interested. Okay, we got a big wick though, so I'm less interested. Okay, so normally when I'm going through, I try to go through pretty slowly, but because I've done this for a year now. I've gone through, I think, nearly 20 years worth of backtesting data, so that's why I'm so confident in my strategy. So I tend to go a little bit faster than normal. Like I flick through a few candles, but if you're doing backtesting for the first time, or you're just practicing for the first time, I highly recommend going very few candles at a time. This bar, I normally keep it out of the way until I'm interested in taking an entry, and then I'd put it on down, but otherwise I just keep it out of the way. So I'll go through now. So you can see we've had a clear trend change now, we're on a downtrend, and now we've broken the low and retraced and broken the high. So now we are kind of in a range where there's no clear direction. Oh, and momentum again. So going on a downtrend. I would have been interested in taking an entry off of here, but because price had already gotten about 30 pips away, I didn't want to be tagged in by a single impulsive candle, because that suggests a change in a trend change. So I would only be interested if price came up slowly, like that, something like that. That's why I'm quite comfortable flicking through when there's a big impulse like this. If the impulse stopped here, then I would have gone a bit more slowly, but because it went kind of out of my range, okay. It actually started coming up quite slowly, but then you can see we've had this aggressive retrace, another aggressive retrace, with a big wick on the bottom as well, which is typically a bad sign. So I'm not really particularly interested in this anymore, just because of how we're coming up a little bit too quickly for my liking. So following the highs here, and a higher high, so I go to the other side, and there is my low. Okay, let's see what we can find here. Alright, big move to the upside. As we're kind of ranging around here, there's no clear momentum. I mean, there is an overall uptrend, but you can see we've broken the low a few times. Like here, for example, we broke the low and the high. So this just tells me we're in a range. So I try to avoid entries when there isn't really clear direction. Like here, for example, small pullback. We pushed up. If we had another nice impulsive candle, I would have been interested, but we got a big wick. So I am staying out. Here's an interesting scenario. So going back, this is a higher high, so I go on to the other side, but you can see this is low here, so I'd go across. So for example, if there was a big wick going down here, I'd actually put my low over here, despite it being on one of these candles. Probably doesn't make sense. I'm sorry, but there was a person that was asking me how I do the highs and lows, so I thought I'd just include that for him. So we'll keep going here. Okay, so looks like we broke the high and immediately retraced. So we're kind of, this shows me that we might be ascending here. Okay, broke the high. Will we get a retrace? Okay, yeah, immediately retraced after we broke the high. So from this position, I'd be interested if we get a lot of momentum to the upside and continued in that direction, or a lot of momentum to the downside with a reversal. So we'll just see what price decides to do. Okay, we broke the low, but we got a big wick, so I need one more candle to be interested. Okay, I'm interested. It's like it could hear me talking. Okay, so I would have an entry set 2 pips below my most recent low here. So 42, 32, 22. And I usually do 12 pips on this pair. There you go. Okay, so again, I want price to approach slowly. I don't want an aggressive retrace. So far so good. Okay, that's a wick, that's good. Okay, now I don't want to be involved because this is showing me that momentum is, like before this candle here, you could see every time we came up, price pushed back down, so it was struggling to move up. But then you can see this next candle nearly had a solid close, so I'm going to remove my entry just for now, and hopefully we range around for a little bit longer. Okay, yep, still ranging. Okay. This looks a little bit better, so I'm going to put my entry back now. This happens a lot, even in live markets, you're putting your entry down, you're removing it, putting your entry down, removing it. There was actually a flag here. I know some people would have gotten in there with a flag. Sorry, if I take price action back a little bit. Some people would have gotten in there. The reason I wouldn't have is because of the way that we broke this high. We broke it with a really strong candle, and then the retrace was about half the size of this. So normally if I'm looking for a flag, I need it to break and retrace immediately, whereas this wasn't strong enough for me. If that makes sense. Will make more sense if you're in guerrilla trading, I suppose. So you can see we broke this high, immediately retraced. Oh yeah, I have an entry set here now, by the way. In case it tags me in before and you're like, you did that afterwards. Okay. Let's see what happens. Is price going to take me in? Nope. Broke the low. So that means price has gone without me. So let's see if we continue moving down. Okay, we've continued moving down here now. Okay, so if price is moving down quite aggressively. I'm happy not to be involved though, because I stuck to my plan. So we got a big wick here. If price really ranges up, I'd expect to be entered around somewhere up here, but this is a trade that I could be interested in. Okay. We're having quite aggressive retrace. So big wick, aggressive retrace. If I was to look for a flag, I'm looking for a larger one. So I'm just looking for a really significant retrace candle for my entry. I wouldn't be interested in this one because aggressive retrace here. So still moving up. Okay, see this here? That shows a lot of momentum for me. So I am willing to enter right here. Okay. That looks good to me. Now if we break this low, I'll be able to lock in some profit and reduce my risk. Alright, this looks good. Oh, there's an even smaller bomb, an even smaller flag here. In guerrilla trading, they call it a bomb. So I'm out of the habit of calling it a bomb, but I do sometimes. Okay, so this would also be an entry. These two. I quite like this little flag, but I still have 1% risk on the table at the moment until we break this low here. There we go, broke the low, just as I wished it. Okay, so now I'm gonna put these to the side because now I'm gonna be managing my trade above the highs. If I go back, so this is the high, which is 752. If I'm looking on the right here. 752, 762, 772. So I put my trades 2 pips. I put my stops 2 pips above the high. So if we get a counter trend move and move down, then the new high will be here, and I'll be able to put my stop loss just above that. So let's see how we go now. Actually, for now that I've locked in some profit, I should really be looking in for some scale-ins. So we have quite an aggressive retrace there, so I'm only willing to enter as a flag or a combo, where a combo is a flag where it comes and taps this most recent line. Okay, we broke the low anyway, that's fine. Okay, that means this is our new high, 09.29. Okay. Okay, I like this. I'm going to set an entry here, 2 pips below. Okay, it's still moving without me. How far away have we gone? Okay, still within my tolerance, just about. Until we get an aggressive retrace. There it is. No, I'm not so interested. Okay, there's our new high again. 379, 399. Okay. See, we broke the low here, but isn't quite impulsive enough for me. If it went a little bit further down, I might have considered an entry here. You can see momentum is still to the downside because it's struggling to move up. So I'm contemplating whether I would have wanted to be in there, because this candle which broke the low here is just barely without my outside of my tolerance. But because you want to backtest as realistically as possible, so because I've gone ahead now, I wouldn't be taking this trade just because I can't go back in time in the live markets either. Okay, we would have broken the low here. So I would have been able to reduce my risk a little bit, but that's fine. 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4. Okay. So how much profit have we got locked in now? 4.29%. Broke the low again. There we go. Okay, that is aggressive. We're going to be tagged out. Yeah, okay. Alright, so there is the trade. And you can see how I've managed my stops as well. So we're able to reduce our risk 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times, locking in 4.78%. So I will just hide this for now. What I do normally, well, I delete these. I journal this trade at the entry and the exit. If you guys are interested in learning about my trade journal, then let me know. But yeah, I'd journal the entry and the exit of the trade, and I would put it over here. So this was a oh no, it was a flag, wasn't it? We took it as a flag. So I'd put it like this, and I'd put July 2019. And then I'd have all of my trades locked and hidden over here. So that's how I do it. Also, the way that you keep your live trading and your backtesting separate is you can have chart layouts over here. So you can see this is my main one for my live trading, and then I have my backtesting chart layout and my naked charting chart layout over here. So now that we've had a trend change, I would be interested in, you can see this is overall quite descending. Sorry, I'm terrible with the pen tool, aren't I? So if we get another candle, okay, that's not enough for me. There we go. Okay. So I would have, if this price had come up a little bit further, this wasn't quite impulsive enough for me, because the previous high was here. This barely broke it, so it didn't give me a lot of confidence that price wanted to continue moving that way, as we broke the high and retraced. So this obviously gives me a lot of confidence that price wants to continue in this direction. So now that you guys kind of get the gist of how backtesting goes, going one candle at a time, I might do a time lapse here just to speed things up, because this video is already probably getting quite long. But you get an idea. These are some indicators you might want. This one here, month/week breaks. So that way you can distinguish between July and June and all the months, and then when between trading sessions as well. Because some people close their trades on a Friday if they're with FTMO, so that might be something you want to backtest. I know I have started backtesting. What the difference in if I closed my trades on a Friday at 7 o'clock and if I did the normal management strategy over the weekend, so I can kind of compare how much I'd make on an FTMO account and on my personal account. So we've counter trend, broken the high again, so I come down. There we go, boom. Okay, yeah, I'll just speed things up now until I find another trade for you guys. Okay, so I found a trade here. We're on a clear uptrend. You can see overall we're moving up like this. So this is another flag. You can see the retrace candle which I've entered on isn't quite as I described last time, because I remember you're probably thinking that I only enter on really thick candles, but that isn't necessarily the case, because this candle has broken the low and retraced quite dramatically, which shows me that momentum doesn't want to continue to the downside. And you can see we've just barely become a upwards candle, a bullish candle. So I'm willing to enter a trade here, so we'll see what happens. Boom, perfect. Candles and understanding price action can be really important, and it's something that I've learned a lot from my live trading, funny enough, more from my backtesting, because I think in the past I'd get quite lazy with my backtesting, and I just skip through without really thinking. So really trying to understand what you're seeing as you're clicking through is really important in my opinion. So we'll see if we can break the high here, lock in some profit. Okay, yeah, just barely broke the high with this grey candle. So I'll put this 2 pips below. 4, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5. I do 5 bars across, so all of my stop losses are perfectly the same size. Alright, we might be taken out here. We'll see what happens. Okay, nice. Broke the high once more. Where is the low? Okay, I see you. So the low, 6.444. Okay, so we didn't really lock in much more profit there, but that's okay. Okay, this candle right here is actually counter trend. If you look at the OHLC up here, you can see this, the high of this is 399 and the high of this is 398. So I can lock in a little bit more profit. There we go. Okay, there we go. We've been taken out here now. So what was this at? 60, was that right? 348. So I need this to be at 348. Okay, there we go. So 1.28% here. So I take a screenshot by pressing up here, Alt S, and I put that in my trade journal. I also write down my thoughts before and after. Oh, did I delete the other one? Okay, I need to add up how much we made at the end. Okay, so we broke the low. Looks like we are on a downtrend now, because you can see overall this is quite ascending price action. So if we get clear momentum to the downside, I'd be interested. But again, I'll speed things up until I find a trade for you guys. Okay, so I just been tagged into this trade here. You can see we had an overall quite a descending channel, and we broke the high, albeit it did have a bit of a wick, but you can see it broke with about 7 pips and the wick was only 3. So you can see the body of this candle was much more significant than the wick, which means that the wick to me is negligible in a way. And then we also had a second candle which showed me that momentum wanted to continue to the upside even more, and price didn't retrace too aggressively. I may have been a bit uncertain about this retrace candle, but you can't really do much after you've been tagged in. So yeah, I'd take a screenshot here. You can also press Alt and S, and you can see it would give you a link. So I go here, there you go, ta-da! And then you can paste that into your Notion. 12 pip stop. Let's see what happens here. Okay, we broke the high and retraced immediately, which is no good. So we can reduce our risk a little bit though. 5-1, so I'm going to put it on 3-1. Okay, reduced our risk a tiny bit. Okay, momentum's still moving up, that's good. Nice. Right, we got some profit. 4-9. See if we continue moving up. Okay, broke the high, retrace. Okay, price action isn't really showing me that it wants to continue moving up. You can see as every time we're breaking the high, we're retracing immediately, whether that be with a wick or with a grey candle. Okay. So spreads would have definitely have taken me out here, but let's see, the low is 6.4 and this is at 6.3, so this was 0.1 pips of taking me out. I'll continue for the sake of backtesting because we don't have spreads in backtesting. That's something spreads might have been really high or really low, I can't tell you, so I'll continue regardless. But in live trading I would have almost definitely been taken out there, but we're back testing, so there's no spreads fortunately. 8.3, I want to put it on 6.3. We're not getting to lock in much profit each time, are we? Oops, there we go. Okay, well, isn't it convenient that I decided that spreads don't matter? Well, I don't normally account for spreads in my backtesting anyway, it's impossible. Yeah, I mean, nice, big candle. I mean, we might retrace immediately. Well, there's a big retracement candle for you. If I go back, I presume, yeah, it looks like we broke the high and then retraced. So as I have a system that automatically manages my stops 2 pips below the most recent low, so as soon as we would have broken the high there, we would have automatically locked in profit. I mean, if you were at the charts at 11 o'clock, then you could have seen, oh, we've broken the high, locked in some profit yourself. So we were immediately taken out. So let's see. This trade was 4.42%. Nice. Okay, I'll keep deleting them for now. All right, I'll speed things up again. Okay. So I've just been tagged into this trade. You can see we were trending quite correctively. So we were breaking the low, little correction, breaking the low, little correction, and so on. So you can see we had strong retrace, and I was expecting a little correction and then a continuation, but you can see we've been tagged in quite aggressively. Quite often aggressive retraces work on Aussie dollar, so when this scenario happens I don't mind, because I only check the charts at the end of each hour, because I'm on the hourly time frame, so there isn't really much I could do about this. So yeah, quite happy to be in. Let's see what happens. Yeah, it was just another small correction. Okay, so I would have locked in some profit there. 5-2. There's a nice flag here. I would have liked to... Oh no, we only broke the low with one candle anyway. Okay. If you hold control and drag something, it copies it. If you didn't know. 5-5-2, so I want this to be at 7-2. There we go. Broke the low again. 9-0, I want this to be at 1-0. Oh no! I've just lost it. Hang on, I'll get back. There we go, I'm back. Sorry, I accidentally pressed down on the arrow key. I pressed shift and the right arrow to move along my candles. But I accidentally pressed the down arrow, which goes to the currency pair underneath this one. So that's what happened there. I've given up on doing these accurately. I'll do the last one accurately for you. You get the gist of how I manage my trades now. It's around there. Still moving down, very nice. Okay, I should probably be looking for scale-ins. There hasn't been one yet. Where would I want to be involved? I would want to enter on there. So let's see. No, broke the low again. Sorry, I'm not... I've given up on the highs and lows. Okay, so this was the last candles. 869606. We're going to be tagged out? Yes, there you go. 06. So this trade made 4.23%. So I guess July has just been a really good month because we've had a bunch of 4% trades. There weren't really any losers. Yeah, and we didn't really miss any opportunities either. There was a few opportunities which I skipped. For example, I was eyeing up this here, this ascending channel. I mean, this would have been a winner as well, actually. I was eyeing up taking an entry off of two pips below here. But after we got this wick, I wanted just one more candle to confirm to me that I wanted to go down, but we didn't get it. And I missed that opportunity, but that is fine. I stuck to my plan where I needed a little bit more of, I needed price to show me a little bit more before I made a decision. So let's see. I'll just skip through to the end. I doubt we'll get anything else towards the end of the month. It looks like there's an entry off of here. Okay, well I would have been tagged in there, but okay, there would have been a loss here, okay? I would have just taken a loss. Oh, no, there's a wick. I wouldn't have wanted to be involved. Okay, let's see. This is the end. There we go. There's a month worth of backtesting for you guys. So let's get rid of these. So I wish I could have taken a screenshot of all of our trades, but that's fine. It's because I deleted the first one. I deleted all of them. So what I normally do now is I go on the forums, and on the Guerrilla Trading forums they have an interactive backtesting section, so I can look at what other people got trading the same strategy as me for the same month. So I think I've got it over here on this tab. Here we go. So we can have a look at this person's results. This is Adam Grogan, one of the coaches in Guerrilla, although these are from 2020, so this is when he was still learning to trade, I think. And this backtesting data he's taking every trade, whereas I was following my trade plan. I wasn't taking certain setups. For example, he took this one here, which earned 9.37%, but for me, that wasn't enough of a break for me to be able to take that. But instead, because he was only able to reduce risk, he wasn't able to take this trade, which I ended up taking this flag, but he couldn't do it because he still had a bit of risk on the table. He took a scale in here. Oh, okay. I must have just went a little bit too quick. I can see that being a nice scale in because we had a solid close of that candle. An extra 2.67%. You see, that's something I missed myself. So that's why it's valuable being in this group, because I can see that I missed out on 2.67% there. And here as well, he took, do you remember I was looking at this trade and I said it didn't break the high significantly enough for me, but for him, it was this tiny candle which broke above the high, which was mostly wick. He was okay getting involved with that. But again, he's taking every valid setup here, not high probability ones from his trading plan. So he earned an extra 5% there. Oh, he took the same one as me here, but he got tagged out by the looks of it. Did I miss something? Huh. That's interesting. Oh, he took this trade as well. And he made 0.8%. Oh, I was looking at that ascending channel right towards the end. Yes, he got involved in that as well. That's good, same as me. And he took this. Interesting. I was skipping through at the end. Sorry, I really want to keep this video short for you guys. Interesting. Okay, so you can see there's a few setups. This is for the bullets, they call it, which is when I'm taking trades off of that purple line of mine. This is hit for the bomb. It's a bit blurry. You can see he took this trade, which is the one that I took rather than the one off of here. He took this flag as well, the one which I thought had a bit too aggressive of a retrace. Interesting. Okay, there you go. So that is how I backtest. If you'd like to see videos of me going through month by month a bit more like this, because this was more of a tutorial, but in future I could make more videos like this and I can give you my thinking, my thought process. The reason that I thought to do this was because you guys seem to really enjoy my trade reviews, but I can only produce one of those a month. So I thought if I make some backtesting videos, then you can see my thought process, but on previous price data, and maybe I can get up like a randomizer or something, so that we get a random month and we can go through it together. I'll make like a 30-40 minute video. Oh, sorry, I probably wouldn't enjoy sitting through a 30-40 minute trading video if I were you, but if you're getting value out of it, then hey ho, you do you. Yeah, there you go. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to learn more about the strategy that I'm using, the link is still in the description, and the link to TradingView is also in the description. Both have a discount code, so you can save yourself a little bit of money and help the channel as well. So there you go. Thank you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe if you want more stuff like this. Let me know in the comments, and have a great weekend, guys.